At this time, I'm probably like 15. It was an incident that occurred that caused me to get locked up. I've never been locked up before in my life. I ended up being convicted and sentenced to 48 years. I felt like right then I had to be a man.
I was at my desk and it shook me up so bad that it brought me to tears because I couldn't do anything. I felt so helpless, and I'm sorry.
We are not fostering growth. We are not fostering maturity. We are not fostering a young person's ability to independently think. We're stripping them of all of those things.
The thing is with prisons is that they are not rehabilitation centers, so you don't go to prison to learn how to be a better person. You learn those values and morals at home. You learn those values and morals from your community. Prisons aren't set up to do that.
Prison re-traumatizes by the very nature of these young people going into these confined spaces, solitary spaces. We are expecting these things to rehabilitate a child who has found themselves in trouble in some way.
If you're looking at it in terms of making our communities safer, in terms of using state dollars in responsible, effective ways, in terms of helping kids go from people who are making poor decisions to people who are making positive decisions and being contributors to the community, then prison isn't working at all.
It made me mad that I can see everybody with my brother, and that's really the only person I really wanted to see. And I remember crying, and I cried, and I cried. Like, damn, I'm in a box.
We like to say in Connecticut, you could give a kid a house and a 4-year scholarship to Yale and still not spend $319,000 for 4 years, let alone one.
It just doesn't add up. We're wasting money to lock up kids.
We're just feeding kids right into the adult criminal justice system. And obviously Latino and Black youth are the most that are represented within that system.
Research shows that children are different developmentally, socially, in almost every way. And so by treating children as they are, as they should be, in the community with their families, with wraparound intensive services, we're making sure that they have the opportunity to mature into the best adults they can be.
No youth should be in prison because they are kids, period. Like, would you put your kid in a cage and leave them there for years?
Youth justice is treating our children like children. Giving our young people what it is that they need to be successful, to look at life as hopeful, to look at fulfilling their God-given talents to make an impact on this world.
I reimagine a world where a child can be a child.
And I think when we look to what the future of youth justice could be and should be, it would be a system that actually is trying to undo structural and embedded inequalities and lack of opportunities.
There needs to be real investment in infrastructure, real economic development, real employment opportunities, real educational opportunities for youth of color to be able to really address the issue.
So the long-term goal would be to close all youth prisons in our state.
Primarily, really advocate for the closing of the 3 youth prisons in the state of Wisconsin.
The announcement that the Larned Juvenile Correctional Facility is being closed is huge for the state of Kansas because it's an affirmation of all of the advocacy work that has been going on in our state of Kansas for the past few years.
To have Larned be able to close down, is really awesome news and exciting news, and really gives hope that we can do this. Next is Kansas Juvenile Justice Complex, so just hoping that we can get that facility closed also.
About a year and a half ago, our governor called for the closure of our training school.
It happened, right? We got Beaumont closed, and it was like mind-blowing.
We can win this fight. It's not an issue of no longer just being at the table, but we can be at the table and also get something from it.
We have to push folks in power that have these decision-making abilities. We have to push them to change.
Every young person within them has the abilities and the capabilities to do great things. That's right, I'm saying that greatness is in every youth. And all we need to do is empower them to tap into that greatness and to become who it is they can be.